This week we're gonna work on our basement and get some organization in the entryways. So we really need the extra space that the basement has for just storage of coats and odds and ends and things that I don't want on the main level. We got most of the floor done in the basement, so we can start hanging doors and adding the base trim and the window and door trim.
Making some moose sausage.
Yum yum, I'm gonna eat the whole. Go, Dad, go. Enough. Dad, enough.
Turn it off. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just get little small balls, Grace. That's what I found works good. Then you just drop them in there. You don't have to get your hand close. Works super good.
Yeah, Dada.
This is gonna be so awesome. Smoke this thing up and be like cheese and moose sausage. I think we did good.
Oh, we're the ones doing the hard work here, mister. Was there something?
I think he eats leaves.
John's going somewhere in here. He needs a few buddies. We're just getting this all trimmed out. Kind of the finishing touches in this room. Pretty nice.
You want to paint those?
Damn.
I love the gray trim. It's kind of like an inversion of the upstairs where we got white walls and the gray trim. It just really looks good. I'm excited about it. A little bit different.
So for the downstairs, we've got some pre-primed boards from the hardware store, and they were super nice boards. And then we wound up getting, it was a Behr paint, right?
It's the Behr Marquee.
Marquee paint, which is, Anna was like, you gotta try it, it's really good paint. Anyway, so painted the trim, and it took one coat, literally, and it was dry in like 10 minutes. It's pretty amazing stuff. Being that it's winter and it was 25 below out this week, it was really hard to actually find a space that you could actually set up and prime and paint. So really nice using that paint. It was just a one coat paint, and it really did work out quite nice.
You're gonna paint this door too? That'd be
Wouldn't
awesome.
that finish it out?
Oh yeah, I love it. Extra credit, huh?
Why do I need extra credit?
You're a guy, you always need extra credit. The other thing that was super amazing was all of the doors and trim in here, 1 gallon. So the paint might have been a little bit more, but I used half as much. So you do the math, and it took you half as long. It's worth it.
It literally, I literally painted 35 pieces of trim that were pre-primed, and it took me maybe a little over an hour with a little hand roller. It turned out pretty nice. I actually like the gray a lot.
Yeah, it gives it a lot more character, and I feel like it's a little bit more masculine down here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So we have this awkward little area underneath the stairs that I kind of envisioned stuffing a bunch of totes, Christmas ornaments, out of season gear, hockey bags, softball equipment, just stuff it under the stairs. But I wanted to enclose it so that, you know, we don't have to look at it all the time. So we just came up with the solution just to build like a 2x4 frame inside the openings, put some plywood over it, and add a door. It took like an hour, and it turned out really good. And we've got this huge cavity of space that we can be as messy as we want.
Outside. One more.
Dad, careful.
That's good, that's good. Thanks, bud.
So it's kind of like an indoor shed for all your stuff, huh?
I like it. So it's Thanksgiving week this week, and we've got a party planned for Wednesday night. We're gonna have friends and family over here, and we just invited, I don't know, half a dozen friends, but since each friend has 2 to 4 kids,
There's going to be a pile of kids.
2 to 5 kids. Our house is in complete disarray to the point where you can't even walk in some rooms, and you can't even open the front door from the amount of coats piled on the floor. So this week I want to concentrate on taking care of the coats, boots, hats, entryway mess. So I'm not ready to tackle the main mudroom yet. I just want to make an organizer today because I don't think we have enough time with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, too much going on for getting a big project done.
We still need something, and we need it today. We needed it yesterday, really. So what I'm thinking is like cubbies, and a bunch of little cubbies so you can put like hats and gloves and flashlights and headlamps and keys and sunglasses away. But I want it to be real narrow because there's not a lot of room behind that door, and also if it's deep, stuff's gonna get lost in there, right? I can't stain, so you're gonna have to stain it too, and you got such big hands. I'm kind of thinking you should pre-stain all the boards instead of having to reach in every little cubby and stain it.
Yeah, I actually like pre-staining a lot because then you don't have to deal with it.
Oh, it's so easy.
You just have to touch up at the end because
It's so much easier, and like the dreaded finishing stage, it never happens. It's gone.
I know.
You just take it completely out of the equation. So anyway, I've got other stuff that I need to be
that
doing.
dreaded finishing stage, it
Yeah.
falls on me now.
I'm sorry. You got this. I know you got this. This is like the easiest thing you've ever made.
No, not the easiest, but pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay, so I'll let you handle this, and I'm gonna get ready for the party.
All right. I'm out of here.
Thank you.
Getting the boards all stained up for the next project. So now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting all the pieces out and getting ready to assemble this thing.
All right, give it a try, Grace. You're
Come on.
brave.
Got my handy dandy square. Okay, so I got the basic box done. Now we're gonna start adding some of the vertical shelves. Okay, so we got these little 5-inch blocks. We're gonna go ahead and kind of cheating, but really works great. Now I'm gonna jump over to the other side.
somebody here?
I don't know. Hello?
What have you guys been doing upstairs?
Nothing.
Are you ready to haul another piece of furniture up?
That was making.
An organizer?
Mom, what's organizer called? What's the organizer do?
I was thinking the very bottom row can be Hayes' stuff, and then the next row can be your stuff, and then Mom's stuff, and then Dad's stuff.
Alright, so
Oh, I'm just giddy looking at all that organization.
Giddy?
Yes,
What is giddy? What is giddy?
it's unexplainable happiness.
It's what happens when you see me every day. You get giddy.
It's what happens when I see a good organizer.
Remember, we put in some of these. We'll go ahead and toenail a few more of these in the back. Hey,
Play my hockey.
no, you don't play hockey tonight. You do
Son,
tomorrow.
it's 30 below. You really don't want to be out there.
Tomorrow's your hockey. Look at this.
You gotta
So,
see
like,
if any hats fit in there.
Hat's
Sunglasses.
gonna fit in
Not
there.
your hat, like a kid's hat.
We'll just call it the one key shelf.
Okay?
It's gonna be really cool then. Touch up the ends with the stain and a few spots where the saw did. Put the back on, and then Anna can put on the hooks. We went ahead and pre-finished a lot of this, so a lot of times glue doesn't work all that great because this has a poly in it. We're gonna go ahead and staple it. Now that you've established that, then a lot of times you can see, you can be like, man, you got about 1/8 here, maybe 3/16 here. Now you can tweak the project just a little bit to match, and then you know that you're square.
So Jacob's organizer is looking really good. I'm super excited about all the little cubbies. And I want to put a hook under each row. These are from Liberty Hardware, and they come in 4 packs. They're a lot cheaper, and they're kind of my go-to hooks. I use them all the time. So I'm just marking, trying to find the center. So I just kind of mark the center of each of these cubbies. So now I can just kind of center that in the multi-mark. And that'll be the top of the hook. It looks good, it's done, let's go ahead and hang it.
Can you get that piece of wood?
Together?
Yeah. I want to.
And what are you gonna do with it?
And then, close them. And then work with them.
Or like this?
Like that.
Are you ready to help?
I guess so.
Do you have a choice?
Mom, can you give me a bit?
Okay, you're in line order. You see it, honey?
Come my way.
Who took my screw gun?
Right
Give it
there.
to me. We're holding this up. Give it to me. Ah. Don't move.
Mom. Mom, Dad, I need that. coat rack to top. And can you make me a little one?
I think it turned out amazing. So our house actually has two entryways, an upstairs entry, that's the front door, and then a garage entry, which is this one. And the whole point is like, I like having a neat and tidy house, but I also don't like nagging my kids all the time or spending all of my time picking up after them and hanging stuff up. We'll keep the entryway upstairs nice and clean. You know, if the mailman stops by or somebody stops by without being announced, it's no big deal, that's always clean. But then the family entrance can be, you know, not as perfectly coordinated, and you know, we don't have to color coordinate what's in our little bins, and the kids can just hang their stuffs up and really feel like it's their home and we're not on show. So you built it, and I can tell you're a little bit skeptical. What do you think of it?
I think it's great. Before we had anything
stuff.
like this, it was sitting on the floor and you'd be like, where's the gloves? And can't find the gloves. And, you know, so this is a big deal. I didn't get to be included in this one, so.
That's not true. You moved out on us. So he moved out on us because his gear is always wet. So he has his own mudroom system over by the wood stove.
Oh, I'm hanging John up today, that's it. John's finding a place. So this is my rack. This is actually an old piece of furniture that we built a long time ago, and then also the boot rack. The boot rack's pretty cool because you just use some dowels to build it, but it's really nice. And it's in the same area with the wood stove, so you bring in white gear, dries out, and then in the morning it's ready to go. Getting it organized.
So we got the entryways, the basement entryway cleaned up, which also cleaned up the upstairs entryway. I'm feeling good about people actually coming over and not being like horrified at where they're going to put their coats, or if they could even open the front door. But we've got a couple hours to get a bunch of food prepped and the rest of the house cleaned up. So we hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. We're about to enjoy ours, and we shall see you next Monday.
See you later.
I thought this was your party and I'm just coming.
I made pie crust.
Did they make pie crust?
Yeah,
How?
on the show.
Like where?
To the freezer aisle.
Like pre-made?
Yeah, probably ice cream too. She's gonna make apple pie, whipped cream. All right, I'll make you a list.
All right.
Mom, I'm drinking
Thanks,
apple
babe.
juice. Thing on the menu.
Spiciest thing on the menu? I don't know. I ain't no chef, but I can make spinach dip.
I thought I